All right, Candle Range Theory Trader back with you with a weekend review for the daily chart trade. So, been a little bit since I've done this, but let's take a look, see what played out this week. So, first off, I'm going to start with Euro Aussie. We had a short play here. Remember, at least for me, when I trade the daily chart, okay, I prefer that the daily candle that I'm trading off of make the high of the week. So, in this case, Monday made the high of the week. This, pardon me, was the candle range high, candle range low, right there. Okay, so this was Friday's range. So Monday swept above it, closed inside of it. This is not our trading day, though. Our trading day would have been Tuesday. Okay, so let's take a look at Tuesday's price action to see when what our best entry would have been. Wrong candle. Let me go back one more. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this was our trading candle right here. Candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, broke outside the range. When we're trading daily, I mean, I like for just straight drop. I mean, if anytime I can get in above the daily open, I'll take it. So let's see if we had any fair value gaps that led to it. I'm not trading, between 5 and 6 because of the reset, but really around like 6:37, I'm looking. So let's see. We did have a fair value gap that did form in the 7 o'clock hour that did hold. So the best entry you could have got in from 7:20 all the way through, what is that, about 9, 10 o'clock, right there. And I think there was news this day. I'm pretty sure there was that led to a big old drop. I think I tried to take a continuation on this, but that's not important. The sometimes Aussie news, yeah, that was Aussie news. I'm not gonna say it can be predicted. It's just that oftentimes it does play out the way I believe it will for Australians specifically during those nighttime hours. So that was a drop of, geez, 150 pips. All right, so that would have been a great sell opportunity on that one. I believe Pound Aussie did the same thing, but I'll double check to be sure. But again, that was when I'm trading daily chart though. Remember that because of daily chart behavior, we're expecting candle 3 behavior. And let me move this. We expect candle 3 to distribute or at least move in our direction most, if not all, of the day. So because this was the high, price opened and then it spent most of the day tanking and then it retraced a little bit towards the end after that sharp drop. But this is how it's supposed to look. If it's teetering and then starts to come back, and especially I tell you the number one indicator that sends out a danger signal in my mind is if price comes all the way back up to the daily open. If this candle flips colors, because if it comes into the open, that means it's went from a red candle to a green candle. That is a no-no in my mind if I'm short. And same for if I'm long. If it flips red, I'm like, oh gosh. But anyway, all right. So let's see. Yeah, same thing on a pound Aussie. So that was Aussie news that just caused it to tank. Same basic thing. Yeah, Friday's range. Monday was the money candle, poked above, closed inside. Same entry time frame. Again, in before the news starts, and you would have got a good payday on that one. So we'll forego that. Yeah, let's look at Euro New Zealand. So for Euro New Zealand, this was a Monday trade. So we have Friday's range is swept above it, closed inside of it. Let me see if that made the high of the week, at least at the time of this trade. Okay, yeah, and it did. Okay, so you have the range high, range low. Right. Okay, so again, we're not trading candle 2. We only trade candle 3, and we expect candle 3 behavior. So this was Tuesday. So let's see our best entry. And again, for daily ranges, I like to be in sometime during Asia, early Asia, and I like to be out typically before or right after the USA session starts. So let's see. This was the Tuesday open. Let me see if there's any fair value gaps. I played out. Yeah, same time frame, about 9 o'clock or so, right in there. Okay, fair value gap held all the way to about 10:30. Could have got in. That would have been good for at least 50 pips, but more than that, really. All right, up to 100. Okay, because when you're trading daily chart, it's okay to expect a little bit more, 1 to 150 or so, somewhere in there. So that worked out great. I think pound New Zealand did the same thing. Let's get rid of this. Go to pound. Yeah, same basic thing. Let me see if this also formed or at least traded off the high of the week at the time. And it did. Okay, so you have Monday, Tuesday, and then, I'm sorry, Friday, Monday, and then Tuesday being the trading day. And it pretty much just mirrored Euro New Zealand. So same deal. Tuesday was a great trading day for the Euro New Zealand pair and the pound New Zealand pair. So that was that big old drop. This is how candle three is supposed to look, though, right there. It spends most of the day dropping. It shouldn't be coming back up towards the open. If it does that, it's a red flag. CAD yen. This one was a Tuesday trading day. Tuesday was just the best day. My goodness. Okay, so you had the range candle here, which was Friday. Monday poked below it, closed inside of it. You could have used a fib to see what 50% of the money candle was here because it did close away from the bottom of the range. So that is another tool in your disposal. But at the end of the day, though, Tuesday was the trading day, so we'll drop down to the 5 minute. We'll see what the best entry would have been, see if there were any fair value gaps. No, I don't want to do that. And sometimes price doesn't all the way retrace to the 50% level of candle two, but here it did. So here would have been our best go around here at about 11, coming up on the midnight hour to get in. And if you were counting on this gap to hold, which it did, of course, hindsight's 2020, as they say, you would have got 50 pips out of that. It did go for more. The yen continued to rise. It's even rising even now, but it did continue to go up. It did retrace some, but ultimately, though, you could have got 50 pips out of that, is my point. So we'll get rid of that. And last but not least was pound dollar. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, there we go. All right. So was this the high of the week? Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. So Wednesday made the high of the week. So you had your range high, range low, and it's a small range. So sometimes when you have a small range, it's the likelihood of a breakout is bigger than if it were a big one. So it's the low daily there. All right. But this range was, let's see, 64 pip. Wait, no, about 57 pips or so. So even though the money candle did engulf this prior, the range candle, because it wasn't exactly, it wasn't like 100 pips or anything like that. It was only 50. Then, hey, and this was just straight drop. I mean, let me see where we could have gotten in. You really just want to try to get in at best where you can fit in. Let's see here. Obviously not between 5 and 6 because of the reset. But I mean, just try to base it off a gap. I got to go back a little bit. I think I lost today. Give me 1 second. Friday. Okay. It may not let me. Okay, yeah, it'll let me go back to it. All right, there we go. Or not. No, it's not letting me go back to it. Okay, here we go. I can do this. This right here. There we go. Okay, so this is the large red day right here. It's trying to put me on the live chart. But like I said, small range, you expect a breakout below. Daily open was right here. This line right here was the daily open, and also was the high of day as well. And like I said, it was just a straight drop. So I mean, best time to get in. You could have got in off of this first fair value gap as soon as the price opened. Remember, this black line was the open and high of day. So about between 8-10 would have been a good entry to get short. And you could have got, yeah, and there was pound news. Yeah, there was pound had news this day. I remember that. That's why I didn't trade it. But yeah, that would have been good for 119 pips or so, or more. Yeah, more than 119, but definitely more than 100. Okay, right there. But like I said, I think this is when the news came out, right at 7 or so, somewhere in there. So the point is this: when you're trading the daily chart, like I said, price is supposed to be expanding most of the day. So really getting in early increases your odds for success. As we've seen, like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, sometimes 10. But generally, by then, price should be underway. It should not be dancing around. So we'll take a lesson from a loser real quick, and then I'll be done with it. I was trying to short the dollar yen today because I saw a candle range theory, not dollar yen. Well, yeah, dollar, no, Swiss yen. We'll do Swiss yen. Yeah, here we go. You have to learn from your losers because otherwise, I mean, how will you grow and not repeat the same mistakes? Okay, so here we go. And really, just trading against trend. Okay, if you wonder why I failed, I was just trading against the trend. That's all. Okay, but obviously, see here, this was the high of the week right here on Thursday. So I was hoping for just a red candle here for Friday, right? Because today's Friday. This is the live chart right now. But let's take a look at the behavior of this candle here. All right, so this is the daily open, and had I been long in line with the trend, you could have got in. You got the change state of delivery. You got these fair value gaps here. I mean, it's just a green candle, right? Low of the day was made at 2040, which is about 840 or so, and then it just went up, right? That was the trend for the day. But when I'm back here, you have all these fair value gaps. You read that as downward momentum, right? The price opened here. I think I got in somewhere like around here or so in the 7 o'clock hour, expecting price to stay inside the range and drop. But obviously, like I said, if you just let it play out, once you see these fair value gaps start to come in, and like I said, daily open is the main thing. When it starts to flip green like that, and it starts, that's like, hey, whoa, no, it's not supposed to be doing that. This is not red candle 3 behavior. It shouldn't be dancing around the open like that. By like midnight, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I should be in profit if it's a real solid red candle. Okay, generally, candle threes don't retrace this heavily, right? So that you have to know that was a part of the behavior. Versus a candle like this, even though this isn't candle range theory, GA had a big drop today, and this is candle 3 behavior right here. See the size and direction of this candle? Let's take a look at this one in contrast. If you're short on this one, this is what you want to see. As soon as the price opens, it may give a little bit to the upside, but then for the majority of the day, look at this, the midnight open price. Okay, starting at midnight, it's trending down. Okay, so if you want to trade the daily chart and have a hard cutoff of midnight, that's fine. Or have a hard cutoff at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's fine. And just have a standard because, like I said, sitting around in consolidation is not it. I'm here to tell you. But those were the daily trades. Like I said, early in the day, if you want to trade the daily chart, that's going to be your best odds of getting a good entry and just riding the trend down. So I appreciate your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.